This is a demo on an example of how you could do chem milling, a chem milling process, sometimes used for decorative or lightening of material by etching and removing material in the bath. And I'd like you to look up more information on that. Go do a search on the chem milling and even do some YouTube searches on chem milling aluminum aircraft parts and such, so you can see an example of how to do the chem milling. Now, I've over exaggerated the numbers to make it easy to see the clarity of the numbers, but basically it's just a stepping process here, and it's a cool way to show you a trick in Sketch as well as how to make this part in one motion. So we will create a new part, and I'm going to create a sketch. Actually, let's select the XY plane, pop that normal to view, and I'm going to create a rectangle way away from the axis. I got a little carried away, but it doesn't matter. Just a rectangle, any shape you want, and I'm going to go right to auto constrain and constrain it. So I just hit enter, let it do the constraints. I'm going to highlight the whole profile, go to offset, and in the tool palette the last thing it says is the instance. I'm going to hit 5, and then I'm going to come over here to the offset and I'm going to hit 0.5, so it goes a ½ inch apart. And what happens is, since I did an offset, it gives me ½ inch constraints, which means it's all the way around at a ½ inch. If I try and highlight this and auto constrain it, it's going to over constrain it. I don't even know why it does it. It really should say no, the constraints are already there, don't do anything. So you don't need to constrain it, because this 4-inch and this 5-inch control the size of the inside, and we grew out. You could go either way. You could go out and go in, but the ½ inch is controlling a consistent thickness because we used offset. And since we did that, I don't even have any other dimensions to do. I could do something like contact and contact it to here, to this H vector, and then contact this edge to this vector, exit out, go into my ISO view, go back to model, and I never know for sure which way it's going to go when you go into this multi-pad feature. So what I do is, turn this off. I'm going to put the sketch where it belongs. What I do is I go to multi-pad, and you can just change number 1 and hit preview. So I'll just type in 1 and hit preview. And that usually is the case. It goes outside and works its way in. So if I wanted to do, let's say, a 1/4 inch, I just did this because the numbers would be easy. A 1/4 inch rise. And then this one would be a ½ inch. And this one would be 0.75. I might hit preview just to see if it's on the right track, and it is. So I can hit the up arrow because I will go in an increment of 1, change this to 1.25, change this to add 1.5, hit preview, select OK, and that's how I use multi-pad to create that shape. So 2 cool features is the offset and the multi-pad, making this a really quick and easy exercise. Okay, try that out, and then try out the next exercise.